What is a independent variable? Hello, YouTube. I'm Dr. Dave Maslach, and I am talking to you about reciprocity.com, my sharing economy proofreading app. You can check it out if you want. But I wanted to actually talk to you about sort of sciencey things. This is where I'm calling, or this is part of a series I'm calling Nerd Out Wednesdays, because I am a total nerd. Despite what my mom has to say, you could check out the previous video if you want to, and where we talk about what is a dependent variable in science. Now we're going to talk about what is a independent variable, in case you might have heard that or might not have heard that, or if you're just wondering. This is going to be guided towards the people that are just going into probably senior level, university level, going into graduate school and thinking about going to do a graduate degree. Maybe if you want to do a PhD, you definitely would know what an independent variable is if you're doing a PhD, particularly within a business school environment where we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. So what is an independent variable? That is a variable that doesn't necessarily depend on something else. So if you're thinking about, with reference to what we were talking about with the dependent variable last week, how you're trying to see how something changes with the dependent variable. Well, now we're going to look at how, or what we're thinking about here is how the independent variable, this is the thing that you're looking at, how that, which is independent of everything else around it, is going to affect the dependent variable. That's really important to think about that. So it's a particular thing when you're writing a paper, or when you're thinking about writing a senior level paper. What you want to think about is first the dependent variable. You want to explain what it's all about. Say, for example, you're doing your paper on cancer research. You might want to look at cancer rates and talk about the different cancer rates in a particular area, or based on some sort of cellular structure or something like that. I don't know. But you then want to get into the independent variable. This is where you talk about what are the different things that might actually cause or lead to, or what you speculate. We often don't talk about cause or proof. We don't know actually a lot of the time, but we think that there is some sort of mechanism between the independent variable, this is the thing that's sort of varying, and the dependent variable, and we try to speculate and come up with all sorts of different mechanisms, the different relationships, or what is a mechanism? This is different relationships or different things that are affecting the dependent variable. I'll get into that in a later video if you want to keep watching on the Nerd Out Wednesday series. So the independent variable, this is the thing. So for example, you're looking at cancer rates. You might look at, say, for example, smoking, right? So what is the number of years that individuals have spent smoking cigarettes on a regular basis, and how that will affect cancer rates in a particular region. So you want to always be very, very specific at what you're looking at. The independent variable, the thing that you're looking at, has to be very specific as well, and the dependent variable has to be very, very specific. You have to sort of narrow it down. And science, if you don't know, it's a lot of what we do as a scientist, is what I do, is we keep digging down deeper and deeper and deeper into a particular thing. That's why it takes a long, long time to figure something out. We start off with a very general idea of this is what a particular independent variable looks like, this is a dependent variable. But then we start realizing it's actually really complicated and there's all sorts of things, so we keep digging down deeper and deeper and deeper. That's why it's really important to be very skeptical of scientific evidence, for example, in case they haven't dug down as deep as they could and sort of specify the mechanisms very, very clearly to the best of their ability. So once again, independent variable, that is a variable that doesn't depend on anything else, but this is the thing that we use to explain the dependent variable in scientific studies. So if you like these videos, you think that they're interesting and they're helpful, do keep coming back, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to keep producing as much as I can with this material, and particularly for the first while, I'm trying to do a challenge where I'm trying to produce a video every day for 90 days, or hopefully a little bit longer than that. I think it's a lot of fun. to give back and to share all of what we do within a business school and as researchers, as well as this is hopefully trying to build out reciprocity.com. You could check out that website to see what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to actually help out with graduate students as much as possible. I'm going to use a portion of the particular profits from that website to start doing things like scholarships and using it as a way to sort of recruit different individuals, or different graduate students and stuff like that. So once again, thank you so much for following along and take care. Bye.